Did it back in, I think, 1968. There was a group of buggies, Bruce Meyers and a few other people. I think Jim Chamberlain was part of it. And they took their buggies through and did the Rubicon Trail. We want to replicate it. It will be crazy. This rear one.
All the cars are lined up real quick.
I won't have it on right now. Up for sale an hour north of me. And the story was that they were clearing out the house. Somebody passed away, and this was there. And the guy that cleared out the house took it to the guy in town, and he said, "Oh, you know, Volkswagens, do something with it, right?" And he put it up for sale, and I saw it. Somebody posted it on the Manx Club. And I went, "Oh my God, I recognize the car. I don't know what it is."
Oh wow!
I gotta go save it before it gets.
Yeah.
And then I found out the history that it's the overall winner of the 16th Indy 400 and the off-road guy and all this. Kind of a neat.
Yeah. Wow.
And it looks exactly the same. You look at some of the photos. I think you guys have those where all the stickers on the side are exactly the same as it was. Kind of neat that they didn't change it too much. Anybody ever wanted to do the Rubicon?
Yeah.
Right? And it's been on, since I was probably reading back in four-wheel drive, things like that, and teenagers, I've always wanted to do the trail. But nobody ever wants to do it. There might be a reason for it. Yeah. When he said it, I said, I've always wanted to do it. He said, okay, I'll count you in. And I think we had started off with a group of, I think it was 8 buggies. And then as they got closer, the plans for everybody, we're down to the 4.
John mentioned that Bruce and Jim Chamberlain did before.
Yeah, which is
in 68, 69.
I believe so. I think that was the Yeah, they have like I said on YouTube, they have the video of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's interesting to see Bruce in old red and he's bouncing off the rock. That's what we're all saying. That waterfall was beautiful.
Yeah, it was nice. So you guys ready?
Absolutely. Ready. Ask that question in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Ready?
I think so.
All right.
We'll find out.
So tell me what's happened this morning.
We lost power to the coil, to the ignition. We hot wired it. See what happens.
All right.
I hear somebody coming already.
Right here.
Maybe coming over.
Now go a little bit farther that way. Go back.
There's a tree straight ahead of you.
No, it's good.
That one
Pretty crazy.
That sounded like I hit something. Not enough room for it.
You can use that oil mat now.
You want me to throw dirt on it or?
Yeah, throw dirt on it.
Well, he's got pads. He's got pads. All right.
Okay.
Let's move it back.
That was semi-scary looking.
There we go.
Clutch lock.
Huh?
Clutch lock.
Throw out. You got a throw out bearing, John?
I like to do it even.
It's got things toast.
Oh. All right, I'll
Your
grab
throw out bearing's fucked up.
I've got one.
Wow. Now we don't need it.
Yeah. Well, we'll need it when we go to Titan.
One looks like
It's not as big as I thought it was.
That's what she said,
That's
right?
what she said. Yeah, that looks like brake dust.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah, that one was kind of done. I got a new pressure plate.
I
and
think that
everything,
one's
so.
really done.
John,
Holy shit. That's worth a photo.
Yeah.
Off the fork a little bit.
You can drop down right down on your knee.
Now I need that ratchet I had.
Yeah, let's go all the way up.
Gotta come up about an inch.
Up an inch right here.
Yeah, watch that breather tube. I pinched that in there last time.
You didn't change the throw.
Yep.
You still gotta come up higher.
Go back a little bit, then come up.
Back of the engine's way
Up.
higher.
Yeah. Now you're in. Okay, there you go. Okay. Hey, just kind of twist it and work it in.
You're in the hole over here.
There you go.
And that should just on the main shaft. Yeah, right? Especially we don't have a super low gear, so only brake does the job. You really want to do the brake check.
Yeah.
Easy part. slow down, you know,
Right.
keep going.
Big rock.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the water, kid. Oh shit! Oh shit, that was deep.
Shit! Car wash.
Oh fuck. Documentation?
Yep, yep.
Once you get the nose down, then stop. A little more, a little more. Turn it down. There it is. Keep the hands on, guys. Keep the winch. There's the winch. Don't work too hard. Keep the winch. All right, now assist the winch with the car.
Rock Island. In the middle.
One of them.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, now go.
So we're not taking one of the other things.
bit deep.
right, more to the right. Right.
Right?
There you go. Now you're going to have a drop off. Float that through. Yep. You drag a little bit, but that's okay.
We've gone less miles than yesterday.
Ready?
Pucker factor there.
Be awesome.
Running out of battery though. Oh yeah, we're like, there's no way. I mean, there's.
That's what I thought.
We thought, well, I knew you guys could do it, but it's like, oh shit. Well, this is gonna be fun to watch.
squareback, and my daddy was a ski instructor on Shasta when I was about this high. Had to be the first guy in the parking lot. Yeah.
Wow.
And then we go to that VW, man. We didn't need no snow plows. Jeez.
Don't you love it, Shin?
Yeah,
The
I love it.
stories are
Yeah,
awesome.
everybody has different VW stories. I love it.
All right, well, you guys are all set to camp. He's going to take you out to the slabs
Okay.
where you have great access to the water, okay?
We may need it.
You may need
We
it.
may-
Good. There's no mosquitoes, as noted, no fires. There are some bears. Do not leave your
Oh, that's
food out. They're just opportunists,
Right,
okay?
right.
You'll hear them, you yell, they'll run over here, and they'll go, I'm going to go to this guy's camp, and then I'll be back.
Hello, my name's Ned Bacon, and we're here on the Rubicon Trail with some Volkswagen Dune Buggies. And it's been an adventure we wanted to do for a long time. John Kieslich sort of inspired it all, and I said, heck yeah, let's do it. Last time I brought a VW through here was in 2001. Trail's gotten a lot rougher since then. A little background on me, I guess. I've been four-wheeling Jeeps mostly since about 1975, and even earlier as a kid. But the first time I came through this trail was in the late 70s, so I've been through it many times, and in Jeeps and other various things. I worked in the four-wheel drive magazine industry for about 22 years, so brought all kinds of OE stuff through here and everything else. But anyway, we've been having a great time with the VWs, and it's a whole different kind of challenge than bringing a Jeep through here. And I've had a VW-itis since I was 10 years old, so it's I've had a million of them, and I love fiddling around with them. And doing stuff like this is just so fun because it's just such a challenge. And it's been a great group, and we've made it all the way here to Rubicon Springs. So it's been 2 days on the trail. You look around, see how pretty it is right here. This is the Rubicon River. The Rubicon Trail is actually a county road, but it's been around since the 20s. It was originally used. There was a 3-story hotel here at the Springs with supposedly healing waters that oozed out of the rock, and rich people would come in here in all kinds of fancy cars, and they had like a limo service almost from Tahoe that brought them in here to be healed at the Wentworth Springs. Not Wentworth, but the Rubicon Springs. So anyway,
Did you see any difference, change through the 5 decades?
oh yeah, it's gotten a lot tougher. It ebbs and flows, but I mean, way back several decades ago, most Jeeps weren't on anything bigger than a 32, 33-inch tire. And they were little CJs or flat fenders, and they weighed about 3,000 pounds tops. Nowadays, everybody's in a JK or a JL, and they're loaded up, and they've got tons under them, and they're on 37, 40 inch tires, and they weigh 6,000 pounds, and it's really changed the trail a lot. Just the holes get bigger and the obstacles get bigger just from the bigger tires and the heavier vehicles. Doing it in a two-wheel drive buggy is the only advantage we have is our weight. Because even loaded up, we're probably under 2,000 pounds, and some of us are less than that.
So tell us about your car. So I never seen this. So
Nobody's ever seen one of these because
so what is it?
it's one of a kind. I call it the donkey, and I built it about 8 years ago, I think.
Build it.
Yeah, I just made it out of old parts I had lying around. And I originally laid it out on the shop floor, just put a front beam down and a rear torsion housing and a stool, and figured out how short I could make it and still sit in it comfortably. I wound up at 64 inches of wheelbase.
64 inches.
So it's got a ball joint front end out of a 66, I think. Found it lying in a field, and the rear torsion housing's a 57 bug. But it's swing axle for sure, and but it's running a bus reduction box in it. And for this trip, I put Alpine gears in the box, which are so much better for this kind of stuff. They're the super low gears they used to run in the buses in Europe with the 36 horsepower engines. So then we've got 34-inch tires on it in the rear, UTV tires. And 30s in the front, which helps it pop up over things. The engine is just a little 1600 dual port that I don't even know its history. I pulled it out of another car. And it's just run like a top the whole time this car's been around. And it's got a few leaks and this and that. In fact, I got to change a boot this morning. We ripped a boot.
Type 1 training?
But yeah, they're Type 1 trannies. And then you can see the reduction gears down in here. This is a rather unusual setup because this is an old Johnny Johnson laydown arrangement that's not laid down. It's been set vertically with a custom spring plates that give it 3 more bolts up on top here that keep it from twisting. And it's a setup I've had for 25 years. I had it in another car too. The other car I brought through the Rubicon had this same gearbox in it. So all the seats are Kubota tractor replacement seats from Tractor Supply, and so are the fenders. Those are trailer fenders from Tractor Supply that I've just reshaped a little bit. The gas tanks are boat outboard motor, boat, 2 of them, so you got 12 gallons of fuel. They're easy. They come with built-in gauges, and they just got a quick release fuel line, so you can just flop it over to the other one on the run almost. Got cutting brakes, good old Hurst shifter, which works really well. Other than that, it's super simple. There's no gauges, no nothing. Couple of wires to make it run. We do all have winches, which are kind of mandatory to bring one of these through here. That's an old Polaris UTV winch I got off of Craigslist for 80 bucks. Works great.
That's really cool.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. It does have disc brakes on it, only because I had a disc brake kit around for a ball joint front end that wasn't doing anything, so it wound up on here. A little bit overkill, but it works nice. This car's been to Baja multiple times. It's been all over the Nevada desert where I live. It's been all the way to Michigan. It's dipped its wheels in Michigan. We took it back there. I also race Porsches, track racing, and my trailer's big enough that it fits in the race car trailer, so I take it to all the races and use it as a pit car.
Nice.
So we run around. It's quote unquote street legal. It is registered in Nevada as a 61 bug.
Oh, it's registered.
I don't think there's a 61 bug part in it, but it said the title says it's a 61 bug. So we keep a plate on it, and I've driven it in numerous states and haven't been hassled. In Nevada, California, Arizona, Michigan, and Mexico. No problems. It's amazing for as short as it is. It'll, without the reduction, well, without these Alpine gears in it, it'll do with the higher gears, like 65 down the highway, and it's totally stable. But with these gears in it and these tires on it, it's good for about 50. It surprises everybody, and I think it surprised me the most. After I built it, I was like, damn, this thing works better than I thought it would. So.
This is day 3 of our Rubicon adventure. I'm John Kieslick with JK Classic Buggies. I invited a few good friends last year to do something crazy, and crazy we did. Again, this is day 3.
Beyond crazy.
Way beyond crazy, yes. But we're here. We have 4 air-cooled Volkswagens. Ours is a 1954 chassis. It's been reinforced a little bit, it's caged. We've raced Nora with it. It's our wonderful car. And here it is, looking extremely abused, but it's still moving forward. When we talk about this adventure, we came out here with...
Where are we now?
We are in Rubicon Springs. So we did make it here. It took us 2 days to travel about 7.5 miles.
Yeah.
Day 1, we did 3.5 miles, and it took us, what, 7 or 8 hours to do that. So for the most part, we can get through all the obstacles, but there's 3 or 4 times where we either get tugged by our wonderful host, Mr. Harry Harry Situations is what his nickname is, but he's been there to tug us around as needed. You can see we've got straps, we've got winches. We have really challenged ourselves mentally, physically, but laughed and had a blast the whole time. And to be honest, and I have to thank, we got sponsors on the side of this car. Yokohama Tires, Mobile Wagon, Impy, Johnny at Transaxle Engineering built the transmission. We have been so fortunate to have people support us, and we're able to show them right now that their equipment is tough.
Cool. I never seen this wheel before.
That's the new Mobile Wagon Smoothie. So that's a 15x5, and we've got the 15x7 in back. They do have a little bit of a rock rash on them now, but they're holding up great. No dents, no flat tires. And aside from one car having a clutch issue and a few leakers on axle boots, I'm not going to say anything to jinx us. We got half a day to go, but so far so good. Incredible trip of a lifetime. Obviously the Meyers Manx body. Last year, when we decided we were going to make it our Nora race car, pulled the whole car apart, put in a rear King Kong adjuster on the torsion, ran 1.5 inch 120 wall tubing, square tubing. You'll see this right here.
Oh,
that's 1.5 inch 120 wall square tubing.
Tell me about this tubing.
That goes, this one's got a story to tell. It's called a rock, or 7. But yeah, the full chassis is reinforced front to back. You can see we're completely caged, NORA compliant car, and we just shove as much as we can into it. Again, the Mobile Wagon Smoothie, this one's got some pretty sharp edges on it. Type 1 transaxle, just built by Johnny, and Jeff at HotVWs does my engine. So very simple 1904 with a stock 34 pick Impy carburetor. Haven't had to do any adjusting or tweaking. This little scratch is only because we were trying to use this tiny truck to give us a little nerf to get out of a pickle. But I couldn't be happier in our decision to do this, and I think our crew couldn't have been better. Lots of smiles, and Bruce Meyers did this back in 1968.
Yeah, tell me about more.
Yeah, so I don't know all the history. They brought a couple buggies. I think it was Old Red, and Jim Chamberlain was part of that trip. And we just wanted to replicate what they did in 1968.
That's the main idea.
That was the driver behind this, is they did it in the 60s, let's do it again. But the problem is the trail has changed. The trail is a lot rougher because the rigs are like this. This guy's got 42-inch tires, and he just plows through this like no big deal. Our biggest car is running 34-inch tires, which is Ned Bacon's little donkey. Other than that, we're 33 and smaller.
Hi, my name's John Steinelber from Escondido, California. I've been with Manx Club for quite a while. Member number 19, did one of the original meetings, the original runs. Always had buggies, Volkswagens, always enjoyed all that. We had a couple friends that joined early. A friend of mine had met Bruce somewhere, and Bruce thought we had this huge club, and it was 3 members. So we got invited to the first little meeting they had. Yeah, and this is my friend Joe.
Hi, I'm Joe Lowry. I'm from Escondido also. Manx Club member, 776. Not quite as early as John's, but
yeah.
But been with the club for a long time as well. And met John in high school. We were in Spanish class together, and he graciously let me cheat off of him for one test. And I think, so to speak, the rest is history. And so we go to Mexico quite often together. So that Spanish class paid off.
Yeah. I always had Volkswagens. Joe's family grew up with Volkswagens. My dad had Baja bugs and buggies, and so yeah.
And how end up doing the Manx?
Well, this car we built. This is El Gusano. Winnie Meyers always called this color inchworm green. So, we wanted kind of a Spanish name, but the word in Spanish for inchworm wasn't as fun as just worm. So El Gusano is the worm. Which, it kind of makes sense. It's sort of an inchworm because it doesn't go fast, but it just keeps moving. Yeah, we race, built this car primarily for Nora, just the vintage class. We wanted to build a car that was representative of what they would have raced in the early days, because it's all underneath, it's stock Volkswagen, it's all 60-year-old parts, and beefed up a little bit, but a little reinforcing here and there. Yeah, I ended up, the arms are stock arms, but they're reinforced.
Ball joint or
No, Kingpin. King and Link, yeah. And then I did build my own beam. It's basically a stock beam, but just stronger. And we did.
You got fancy wheels.
Yeah, we got the mobile wagon wheels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gone through a lot of wheels. When you get down in Baja and you're banging around in the sand washes, you end up bending a lot of wheels, and the mobile wagon wheels have been the best by far.
Yeah.
And then we always run the BFG tires because they just work.
Yeah.
They always work. We rarely have flats.
Yeah.
And do you guys run into the stock motor or?
It's a Type 1, but it's a 1904, so it's a 74 by 90.5. Still just a stock 34 carb on it, just a single carb, just to keep it reliable and simple. Because that was kind of one of our main things too with this car. Just want to keep it simple and easy, and easy to maintain. It's a lot more than I thought it was going to be. I knew there was rough spots, and I knew it was going to be hard, but I didn't know it was going to be every 10 feet that it was going to be a rough spot. And for us just to do 3.5 miles in a day, it's just unbelievable. That's as far as we can get.
Especially you
Yeah.
have to depress the crotch.
Well, we're signed up for the Nora 500 in October. It's about a month and a half away, and that's 500 miles, and we're going to do that in 2 days. So here we've gone 7 miles in 2 days.
Tell us about yesterday morning. What's happening?
Nothing. First day, I had a new clutch disc in there, but it didn't hang in there for the day. So it was slipping most of the day, and so I thought it was kind of hanging. So I thought yesterday morning, like, okay, we'll give it a try, see how it goes. And I couldn't even leave camp, so we decided let's go ahead and change it. So we pulled the motor and changed, new clutch, new pressure plate, new throwout bearing. So it held in yesterday, so hoping to make it today.
Yeah.
We're about 7 miles in.
7 miles for 2 days.
Yeah.
On day 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of conflicts with a lot of the race miles, because we've done Nora many times. We've done the Sonora Rally several times with this car. We've done Vegas to Reno, Parker 425, Mid 400.
Yeah.
And the one thing this car has done every race mile of every race. We've never broken out or had to take a day off or anything like that. So I think we calculate we're over 10,000 race miles.
10,000
Yeah.
That's not including the commute miles or anything. That's just true race course miles.
Yeah. Street legal also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a very well done car, and we just don't break a lot. You know, we take it apart at the end of the year and re-weld stuff and fix things and make things better.
Yeah.
But
it's always improving car. You know, it's like you find a weak spot, you fix that, you move on, you fix another spot. So yeah, it was a pretty solid car.
Yeah.
So one last question. Are you gonna do it again?
Not in this car. It's one of those, I did it. It's after the first day, I was like really questioning myself, but yesterday went pretty well, so I was like, okay. Now we'll make it out today, hopefully, and yeah.
It's gone from, you know, happy adventure, let's do it, to more survival. And, you know, and Volkswagens are great cars, and they do lots of things really good, and this is not the best thing to do with a Volkswagen. But it'll do it.
Yeah. And really, we have been impressed with all the other people on the trail, how open they are to us being here, and excited to see these cars actually doing what they do in their crazy rigs.
And surprised to see us here.
Yeah. So.
are standing on Cadillac Hill, progressing up Cadillac Hill, which was named for a 1928 Cadillac LaSalle that evidently broke down or something back in the day when they used to bring people in here to the springs for the resort.
Oh, okay.
And the Cadillac, I don't know if it was an Uber of the day or someone's private car, but it sat here from the probably early 30s forever.
30s, wow.
And in the 70s, you could still see most of the car.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, my name is Duran Dobronsky. We're here on Cadillac Hill in the Rubicon Trail. We've been on the trail for the past 3 days. I think we've covered a total of 8 miles so far. We are going through some of the roughest country I've ever been through. And with me here is, this is what we affectionately call Donkey. This is the 1968 overall winner of the Mint 400, the very first Mint 400. This is the car that finished on the first time. I found it a few years ago, got some buddies together, they helped me put it together, and they actually took it and ran with Nora, Mexican 1000 in the Safari class.
Oh.
After that, I played around with it a little bit, and then the call came about running the Rubicon Trail, which is a bucket list trail for me, and it is. So prepped it a little bit again, put some new old stock Alpine gears in the reduction boxes, and hit the trail with the same engine and transmission that was in it when I bought it. It is most likely what we call a chimp buggy. It was a car that was designed by Scott McKenzie back in '59. He probably did not build this one, but it is of that era and that style. Other than that, it started off, the front half is a Volkswagen Bug. So link pin front end up to about the seats, where then a bus rear end is grafted into with the reduction gearboxes. As far as I can tell, it's a little 1600 motor, single port and a single carb, and she's been running like a champ. I cannot believe where we have taken this car and it's made it through. So it's been a lot of fun, and it's been quite the adventure. Taking a little longer than I thought, but that's okay. But man, what an adventure. This is so beautiful. Here we are outside of Tahoe on Cadillac Hill with this incredible view. The only problem is all these rocks in our way, so it's not making it an easy drive.
So far doing really great.
Oh, she's been doing a lot better than I expected, so I'm very proud of her.
All right, you guys made it.
We did it! Yeah! Rubicon 2024!
made it.
We made it.
We made it to pavement.
Oh my God, this is. You made it.
We made it. Pavement. Yeah. We made it without any repairs.
Wow.
I'll take that.
Made it.